Alright guys, welcome to video number 3. I appreciate everybody who got a chance to look at my first 2 videos. For today I'm going to be doing an extension to last week's video for the TV show ranking. Today I'm going to be doing the Marvel edition of it. So let's get the ball rolling. To start it off, Daredevil. Daredevil's going to be my top pick. If you've seen this show, then you know why it's up here. If you haven't seen it, now's the best time to start. It has 3 seasons. And I personally think it's just a masterpiece. They have great villains, great storyline. The stunt choreography is great. If you've seen the show, the season 1 hallway fight scene, that's all you need to know. This is personally one of the characters that I would like to see transfer over into the MCU moving forward. Now that Marvel has the rights to these characters, starting in November, if he can transfer over and be like Spider-Man's lawyer or whatever the case may be, I'd like to see him on the big screen. Either way though, he's going to be my number 1 guy. Moving down to number 2, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. This show has 6 seasons, and what I personally like about this is that each season is very different than the last. They don't recycle scripts. The storyline is very unique every season. They do a good job of introducing new characters each season that play an integral role in the current season. For example, I think season 3 or 4 introduced Ghost Rider, and he played a big part in that season, and that was probably one of my favorite seasons. And I think they have 1 season left, so once they do their series finale, I'll take a look at it, and then I can do an addition to the ranking and see if it stays where it is, or if it moves up to number 1, or if it drops down a little bit based on how good the series is. Moving to number 3, this is another Netflix show. It's going to be Daredevil, or not Daredevil, sorry, Punisher. This show has 2 seasons. He started off in Daredevil season 2 as like a sideline character, and then he grew into his own spin-off series. But I'm a big fan of this show because 1, I very much like the actor, and 2, I think he plays the role phenomenally. Like, he really embodies the character, and he just plays such a badass. So, I mean, that's all I can say about that. But the hand-to-hand combat and the stunt choreography is really good. Each season has good villains. And this is also another character that I'd like to see cross over into the MCU within being the same actor, just so that I could canonize everything that happened within this series. So, number 3, Punisher. And then these little, this red yarn that I have going down here, that's to show the connection between the shows. Once I get to the middle, you'll see all the other shows that connect. So, my number 4, that's going to be The Gifted. The show is 2 seasons. The premise is essentially like the X-Men, just not any of the main characters. So it's pretty cool to see and meet new characters that you never heard of, or that aren't really main X-Men characters. They do a great job at the character pairing and the character development within the seasons, and the special effects is pretty good. The only thing is, now that Disney owns Fox, I don't know if they're going to get a 3rd season, or if Marvel's just going to revamp the show and integrate it into the current Marvel universe. But it's a good show. Give it a shot, guys. This is my number 4. So now I'm going to move backwards so you guys can see my bottom half of the ranking, and then I'll move back towards the middle, and then that'll tie it all off. So, moving to my absolute bottom, this was Marvel Inhumans. I mean, this show is just basically trash. I hate to say it because I don't like to bash Marvel, but they flopped on this one. The special effects were cheesy, storyline, acting. Yeah, it wasn't done to the Marvel expectation. So, if you want to see this and like understand why bad it is, why it is this bad, go ahead and watch it. But other than that, there's not much to say about this show. So for that, number 12. I will say though, for this, I don't think this show should get renewed or anything like that, but the actual characters, The Inhumans, I think they deserve a second chance to be brought up into the MCU. Alright, moving up. Ranking number 11, that's going to be the Runaways. I thought I liked this show when I first watched it, but I kind of grew out of it, if that makes any sense. This show has currently 3 seasons. I've only got a chance to see the first and second season, but I just wasn't a big fan. There's not a lot of action. The script and the storyline is kind of cheesy in some points. The music was really good, that was about it, but I mean, there's not much. I'm a big action guy, so for this storyline to have a bunch of kids running around trying to escape from their parents with like very minimal superpowers just didn't do it for me. So for that, number 11. Alrighty, moving up to 10, Cloak and Dagger. This was also another show that I thought I liked at first, but then I kind of grew out of it once I realized that there wasn't much going on. This has 2 seasons. The storyline was kind of decent, but there wasn't like a overarching villain like a very comic book movie or show where you have the good guy, the bad guy, and they fight to the death or whatever. It was just not a traditional superhero journey like I would have liked to see, so I have it pretty low on the list. The character development was okay, but nothing crazy going on here. And it does have a crossover with the Runaways. In season 3 of Runaways, these guys cross over to one of their episodes. So I haven't had a chance to see season 3 of Runaways yet, but maybe I can go back, watch season 3, see the crossover, and see how everything played out. And maybe if it was a good crossover, like some of the Netflix crossovers, but I don't have my hopes high. And then moving to number 9, I have Legion. This is another X-Men related show. Essentially, this guy has schizophrenia, and from at least what I took about it is that every time he goes into like his schizophrenic stages and his multiple personalities and all that, he has a new power for every like mind trip that he has. So this show was very confusing to follow. There's 3 seasons. The first season, I basically watched it and knew nothing. The second season, I got a chance to see it with some people to do breakdown videos, so I had a little bit higher appreciation. I have it high on the list, although I didn't understand much of it, because I like the special effects and I like the character development. But I will say, if you do watch this show, or if you haven't watched this show, let me know what you guys think. For me, it was very difficult to follow. Maybe I'm missing something, so let me know in the comments what you guys think. So that's going to be number 9 right there. Okay. And now moving back towards the middle, I'm going to top off all the Netflix shows. So number 5, Luke Cage. I just think he's a badass. He's a bulletproof black man who's trying to clean up the city of Harlem, New York. So he goes in there. There's a lot of gang violence, a lot of drug trafficking and all that. And he could just go in there and basically be an unstoppable force. The music was really good in this. The script was good. The character development was nice. I don't think it was better than Daredevil or Punisher, but it deserves to be up there for the top 3 on the Marvel Netflix shows. So number 5, Luke Cage. Moving down to number 6, Iron Fist. Some people might be thinking that Iron Fist doesn't deserve to be this high up on the list, but I'm strictly putting it up here because of season 2. Season 2 was like a complete upgrade from season 1. Season 1 was probably like a C rating, let's say if I was grading it, and then season 2 I'd probably almost put it at like an A minus. But the stunt choreography, the villain, the storyline, the new character development, all that, everything went in the positive direction in season 2. The only thing is, the reason why it's below Luke Cage and all the other ones is just because the character of Iron Fist is kind of cheesy. He like overplays himself as like the world's greatest hero or whatever, when he can sometimes lose hand-to-hand combat with Daredevil, and he's supposed to be the #1 martial arts artist in the world. So for that, I'm gonna put him at number 6. I do think though he can be another person that can be introduced into the MCU. In like any of the martial arts movies. Like for example, there's a Shang-Chi movie, which he's like another martial arts master. A crossover between Iron Fist and Shang-Chi would be pretty cool in my eyes, so maybe I'll keep my hopes up and hope that he'll make it onto the big screen one day. Moving down to number 7, Jessica Jones. This show had 3 seasons. They're pretty decent, I think. It's just, for me, like I said, I'm a big action guy, and her powers really didn't do it for me. She has super strength, so when she would get into fights with people, she would really just kind of toss them around, and there was nothing like impressive about it, so I just wasn't personally a fan as much as I was for the other shows. But I do like her private investigator work. She does a good job at like uncovering details and moving the story along in terms of like detective work, which I thought was pretty cool. It reminded me of like some type of Batman shit, so I'll have her at number 7 right there. And then lastly, I have The Defenders. This show is essentially the Marvel version, or the Marvel Netflix version of the Avengers. That being said, I only put it this low on the list because, for me personally, I like to appreciate like the build-up. If I were to tell somebody, oh, you should start watching Marvel movies, and then the first movie they watched was the Avengers, you don't really get a chance to appreciate the build-up. You don't get to see the character development between Daredevil, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, and Jessica Jones. You just kind of show up to their rally, and then that's it. So it's low on the list because of that. I thought it was a great season. It's only 1 season. It was a good crossover. The storyline was good. The villain was good. The way they interacted as a team was really good because they first didn't trust each other, and then they had to have that team bonding to accomplish the goal. So for that season, this is going to be my 8th spot. So as you can see here, these are the ones that cross over. Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, Iron Fist, Jessica Jones, and Defenders. Those were part of the Netflix series. They have some slight crossover between each season, and then the Defenders is their biggest crossover. And then you have the other pairing right here with Cloak and Dagger and Runaways. So there it is, guys. This is my ranking of all the Marvel TV shows. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what your favorite Marvel show is, or if there's anything that I'm missing here. And yeah, guys, that's about it. I'll keep you guys posted for the next video. I'm thinking of doing something similar, but with all the DC and Marvel movies. Now that I have a lot of time on my hands, obviously, I'll have to go back, watch all the movies, and then figure out what my ranking is. Alright, guys, take care. Thank you so much.